Hi, quick intro video. This is my new hobby and skill, railroad layout modeling. This is my first shelf layout, my first real layout. I had the parts on the floor like everyone, I suppose some people might put them on the workbench if they didn't live in a micro apartment. I had them on the floor. So now I have a shelf layout. And it's going to be extended with a tunnel through into the cabinet because it's an old IKEA cabinet that got used, and do not care. It's a work cabinet. It stores tools and stuff. So anyway, layout. It goes out and back, two big loops. This loop's going to be extended, and the turnaround's going to be in the closet there. About perfect height to store stuff like air conditioning unit and a vacuum that I have that could be in different places than they are now, and that's a good spot for them if they're. And then the turnaround will be a loop in there on a wood table. It'll have a cover over it, and then I'll have more storage on top for boxes of trains and stuff like that. So for now, I just got it running because I really need to know how these things derail and what to do when you're laying track. And this is kind of teaching me that, having it running around, having a big, long, heavy set of cars. Not that heavy, but actually some of them are light, and those tend to derail more. And it goes around and it goes up grades that I'm not going to do grades that steep in the main layout, but I'm getting to know how it all works. And it's actually really good to watch it derail and learn how these things derail in subtle ways, such as couplers not being perfectly level is a good way to derail cars if you're going over the peak of a grade that's way too steep and you have kink in the track instead of a smoothly rolling track. All things that you should not do. And the coupler should be level as well. So I'm digging this out and back, test setup. I got another just simple loop and then a programming trap to test the DCC system that's all going to go in this. But I'm going to set up the switches when I get them on the simple loop while I work on the layout separately, so that when the DCC electronics frustrate me, I can go work on the layout and I'm not held up by the DCC electronics because the layout's running on DC until I understand the DCC. And separating the problems, keep the problems in the systems that I'm learning and developing isolated until I can combine them, so that I don't have multiple cascading problems. I suppose you learn that throughout life, but designing and building some 3D printer stuff really reinforced that you do not want to change a lot of variables before you give it a good long test and see what it's doing. Because if you change one thing and then you change another thing and then something happens, you don't know what you did. Ugh, hate it when that happens. Anyway, yeah, there goes the train. So cool. Oh, so cool. Kato, you guys do, I suppose it's injection molding with really good tool steel. I'm gonna look into it, but man, the manufacturing on these things is magnificent. The Bachmann stuff isn't even that bad. The details look good. I just wish the Bachmann couplers maybe were, I don't know. I'm too much of a noob to really know which is better, but it seems like the Kato stuff rolls a little better. And it seems like the Atlas track is really a little bit better. It's a little tighter than the Kato track while still fitting the wheels. I don't know, maybe, I don't know which is better, looser or tighter as far as keeping trains on the rails, but we'll find out. Anyway, thanks for checking out the new railroad setup. Happy modeling, everyone. 3D printed lamp. Oh, that's right.